Tonight at 10, the NHS waiting list in England, already at a record 6 million, is to keep on growing. Millions more patients will seek care now that the pandemic pressure is easing, but ministers say they do have a new plan to tackle the backlog.
This new chapter for the NHS provides an opportunity to radically rethink and redesign how services are delivered, to bust the backlog.
This isn't a COVID backlog, it's a Tory backlog. After a decade of Tory mismanagement, the NHS had record waiting lists of 4.5 million before the pandemic.
The numbers being referred for treatment fell by 10 million during the pandemic. Some patients finally receiving treatment say they've been in great pain.
I can't describe the pain, I can't describe the discomfort. I cry every day because I can't do what I want to do.
We'll be looking at these new plans, including those to reduce waiting times for cancer treatment. Also tonight, massive profits for the oil giant BP, prompting new calls for a windfall tax to help households with rising energy bills. In Northern Ireland, the police watchdog has found evidence of collusive behaviour by police in 11 murders by loyalist paramilitaries in Belfast in the 1990s. The story of Camilla and public opinion. We report on the change that's been achieved by the future Queen consort.
What you doing? Getting mixed up with her.
And Benedict Cumberbatch is among several British nominees in the lead acting categories in this year's Oscars.
And coming up on the BBC News channel, West Ham condemned defender Kurt Zouma after a video emerges showing him kicking and slapping his cat before naming him in their starting lineup tonight.
Good evening. The waiting list for hospital treatment in England will not start to fall for 2 years, despite the new plan to tackle the backlog caused mostly by the pandemic, according to the government. The admission was made today by the Health Secretary, Sajid Javid. There are 6 million people currently on a waiting list in England. Mr Javid says that this number will probably increase, with demand expected to rise now that pressure from COVID is easing. The Health Secretary also set out plans for more specialist diagnostic centres and targets for cancer treatment. Our health editor Huw has the latest details.